on the day you launch your product.
Of course,
so
of course.
Exciting.
That was part of the plan. This is our dear friend, Katie DeBow, who brings us Cottage Farms. But you are also a noted gardening expert. In fact, you're going to be a judge at the Philadelphia Garden Show next week.
Yes, the flower show kicks off on Saturday, the Philadelphia Flower Show.
Wait, what did I say? Philadelphia Garden
Show, flower show. They have gardens, they have flowers, they have stuff to buy. Some of the vendors here are vendors there.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a huge show, and every year I'm so lucky to be able to go and judge the big exhibits, and so be able to say what I love about them. But it's hard because I love them all. So
it's a really big deal to be a judge at the Philadelphia Flower Show, so you can truly trust Katie. And one of the things that Cottage Farms is known for is really your roses.
Absolutely.
So you have brought us a rose that is stunning, and boy, you're already getting a giant, giant Bareroot. This is called the Beverly Eleganza rose. I just like saying it.
Isn't it? Yeah, let's look at it.
This pink is wild. It's like Barbie pink.
It is Barbie pink.
Some of the brightest pink I've ever seen on a rose.
This rose is a feast for the senses.
It almost looks like it's been painted.
Yes,
but it's not. These are real flowers.
It is such an amazing rose in the garden. Pink is one of those quintessential garden colors, and roses are the quintessential garden flower. And so when we saw the Beverly Eleganza, it was like this, like I said, a feast for the senses, for your eyes and for your nose, because she has award-winning fragrance. Nice. The notes of orange and apricot and plum. Award-winning fragrance. So really, if you are looking for a rose that has color, but let's be honest, a lot of our roses do have that bright, bold color. It's the fragrance here. You are getting just a delicious rose that when you can enjoy that outdoors or cut them, because you'll see here in this next picture, the way that this rose grows is really on these long stems. So
nice.
You'll be able to cut them and enjoy them in a vase. You know,
and the blooms will last a long time.
Exactly, 2 weeks or more in a vase.
Gorgeous. So will you have flowers this year?
You will get flowers this year because we deliver a Bareroot. You'll actually get roses in 60 to 90 days.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Amazing. And the Beverly Eleganza is also known for her petal count. So you can see here, I didn't personally count it, but they say 50 petals per flower.
Yeah,
so
it's like a fluffy
very
rose.
Fluffy.
So this Beverly Eleganza was actually named after Beverly Hills.
Isn't
and it
that
does
fun?
Kind of like the pink of this. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. It kind of lives up to that name. Show us what you're shipping, because, you know, we say Bareroot, but I don't think Bareroot does not do this justice. We're basically like, it looks like we're shipping you the entire shrub.
I know, and the great thing about this is that because we are so known for our roses, what we do is we have a field of them growing right now. And when it's the right time to ship them to you, which is not today, right? We'll ship them at the right time for your growing zone. That means you can plant them as soon as you get them. We cut it off, we prune it, we dig it up, and we ship it to you.
So right now, what you're gonna get is a full rose bush.
Yes.
It's growing, but we're gonna cut it and ship it to you. That's why this doesn't look like a little tiny baby plant, because it's not. It's already growing. And then when I get this home, am I putting it in the ground? Am I putting it in containers? Am I doing both?
This rose is perfect for zones 5 through 9. And the best tip I have for you about planting roses is full sun.
Okay.
The more sun you plant it, the more roses you will have. You can do it in a container. It gets to be about 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall by 3 feet wide.
I'd need a big container.
You would need at least, 12 or 16-inch container if you do it in a container. In the ground works great too. And really, because we're delivering you a root, this Bareroot, it's so much easier for you to plant it. Yeah. You just want to dig a hole about twice as wide as the root ball, and you just pack that soil in, because you really don't want any air pockets in anything you plant.
Okay.
But let's say also in our rose, you want to cover it up to, cover a little bit of the stem, not all the way up to where the branches start to form, but a little bit of the stem. Water it in well, but you do want to fertilize it. That's my other tip. Besides full sun, roses are really hungry. And so we have a fertilizer specifically for roses. It's called NPK Plus. And you'll want to start fertilizing your rose once you start to see new growth. So not right away, and then feed it about every 2 weeks.
Okay, so anyone can do this? I mean, as long as you've got like some sun, you can grow this rose?
As long as you've got some sun. I know people sometimes have like a little bit of a misconception about roses.
They seem like so fancy, and like I'm worried, am I gonna, like, what do I need to know about pruning or diseases or that kind of thing?
I mean, she's named Beverly Hills, for heaven's sake. Like, that's very fancy, right? But this is a rose that's not just bred for color, not just bred for fragrance, but bred for hardiness. So disease resistant. It's not gonna have any of those problems like black spot or mildew. So those are the things you won't have to worry about. You won't have to be spraying this rose. What you'll have to do is find a spot that it's at least that four feet wide, because you want this to grow to its full glory.
So pretty.
To give you those bright pink roses.
I love this color. It is a stunning, lush color. And because it gets to be about 4 feet wide, it's a showstopper.
It really
I would
is.
love to see 2 of these on maybe either end of even a driveway or a flower bed. This is one where if you just want to do one, you will be so happy with it. But at this price, 3 easy payments of $10.99, this is one that kind of screams like if you can do multiples, do it.
Yes, and because this is a perennial, this is an investment. You know, that's what I like to say about gardening is you're not just planting this once and getting, you know, hundreds of roses. You're getting these roses year after year. So you will get flowers this year and you will get the fragrance this year.
Now, this is actually small. It's going to get much bigger than this, but it's also still, you know, it's the last day of February.
Right.
Well, it's, you know, we're ending up February now. So this is what we were able to get you from the greenhouse, but keep in mind, yours is going to get bigger. How many years until it's full size, that 4 feet?
I would say by its second year. Of course, depending on where you live, you'll get yours in the ground earlier than we do up north. This is probably what you can expect in your first growing season.
Oh, wow.
Here. Yes.
I'm so excited.
The fragrance is so good. And so cut them, bring them inside. If you like that cottage garden look or that English garden look, this is the rose that will really do it for you.
But for me, it's this bright pink. And then, of course, the fragrance. The bright pink is so gorgeous. It's going to be so pretty in classic gardens, you know, kind of the English garden look, eclectic gardens. I mean, you can put it with anything. Now, I do have a question for you, though. In terms of like taking care of this, so I don't need to prune it. I don't have to worry about the fungus. I do need to give it a lot of sun,
yes, so at least
right?
6 hours. When we say full sun, think a spot that gets 6 hours of sun.
And then as someone who truly is an expert on plant placement and landscape design, where would you put yours?
So I think roses are kind of good on their own. Most of the time I think of gardens and you want to design gardens. But when you have a rose, this is something where you might want to put it by itself. You know, right in front of your yard or in front of your front door. If you have full sun, you want to put 2 there. Or you have maybe a tree. Put a couple roses on the right or left side of the tree where the, you know, it's southern facing of the side of the tree, because they really do just kind of scream for themselves. Where I have my roses, I have 4 of them lined up alongside a fence, and I don't have anything else there because they really do steal the show from anything else you plant around them.
They would be fantastic if you have a fence in your yard. On your side of the fence kind of softens the fence with so much color, and one will cover about 4 feet. So, you know, plan accordingly. You're going to get a lot of roses and it'll give you a lot of coverage. And then, of course, if you keep it in a container, it will stay smaller. Now, the nice thing, not only is Cottage Farms known for its roses, you make sure we're always happy with our purchase.
Which is, I love that we can do that, so you can shop with confidence. This is a perennial, so we guarantee it for an entire year. So if for any reason you're dissatisfied, please get in touch with us at the phone number or email address on the screen.
All right, I forgot to tell everybody, but there is a watch party going on QVC.com. Go to the live stream. And where else can we find you? On that watch party, right?
Join me there or QVC.com.
Okay, fantastic. So if you go there, if you have any questions, oh look, there we are. What do you know? There we are. If you have any questions at all, Katie will answer them, not just about her products, like about the rose, but really anything you want to